in your soul. That part really caught me because I was pouring out my heart to women, to ladies. I was pouring out my heart, the state of my soul, as at the time I was getting ready for marriage and all that. So at that part, I had to pour out the way it was in my heart. And I found myself waking up in the middle of the night, trying to put down the things that were flowing into my heart. I said, no, I need to let women, ladies, especially your married ladies, they need to know what it takes for the soul to be prepared. Okay. So that part was an aspect I took enough time. In fact, at a point I wrote and left it and continued after 1 week. I couldn't finish what I had to talk about when I got to that chapter of preparing for your soul. I found that is a part that needed so much to talk about.
So how were you able to overcome that challenge? Because I know they call that the writer's block. At a point you were stuck, you didn't know how to go about it. How did you come up with it?
Well,
for us to finally have a copy.
Yeah. One thing I learned, of course I have some mentors. I have some mentors that are also putting me through and all that. I found that when you're in that state, when you seem to have that writer's block or whatever they call it, you just give it a break. So I gave it a break, but I can remember one night, I just woke up in the middle of the night. It was like somebody told me, you need to write this now. Okay. I picked up my book and started writing, and everything I needed to talk about just flowed that night. And that was how I overcame that session.
Is this your first book?
Yes, that's my first book.
I saw something here now on myths. So look, we were not wed because we are not compatible. Let's talk about it. Because someone said marriage is between two people who are not compatible, but you come together and you become compatible. Another person said two people who are there is a whole lot of myths around it, around this thing now. Yeah. So what you have said here now, I want to hear from your own side.
Okay. So you know the concept of compatibility. Before now, I attend a lot of seminars, and they talk about, two people have to be compatible, and by that, it means that you must be in sync in whatever you're doing, you must agree on everything. But I found out that when I looked into the scriptures, I found out that the Bible was not focusing on compatibility. Okay. The Bible focused more on being companionship. And actually I found that in the book of in Genesis chapter 2, where it says a man leaves the father, mother, and they two shall become one. I found out that they didn't have to be compatible. They didn't have to know themselves and be sure of, okay, I want to be sure that this person can match me. I want to be sure this person can blend with my style and all that. Okay, I love egusi soup so much, so I hope this person is somebody that loves this kind of thing. I love outing, I love drinking, I love going out at night, and I hope this person is a girl that can do that. So you see, we have this mindset that everything we have to blend in order to be married. But I looked into the scripture and I found out that the marriage, God says the man and the woman are meant to come together, and both of them leave their father and mother and become one, become husband and wife. That means the journey starts when you come together. You don't need to really be sure that this person blends with you. Oh, this person, I know this person likes this kind of thing, so I must be like that. No, I love Arsenal. My husband loves Arsenal. I'm an Arsenal fan. My husband is an Arsenal, so that's compatibility to some people. But like me, I'm not an Arsenal fan. My husband is an Arsenal fan.
You know, to an extent, we've talked about it. We're talking about the different because if we both are on the same page, we'll disagree a lot. Exactly. Because what I know is what you know, and which one will we take? We stand. We'll have more argument. Exactly. But you're this, I'm black, you're white. We have to come to a compromise.
Yes. Exactly.
So I think I agree with you. Exactly. But I agree with you that our time is so running. Yeah, go on.
So there is this other concept you kind of shared when you talk, because I know we have a lot of that today, where they say if I don't get pregnant, that's a major criteria for some marriages today. You must get pregnant so that I know that you can bear me a child. For some persons, they'll tell you, I need a son. So what if you get pregnant? You're not yet married to this person.
Is that
you
a
get
guarantee
pregnant, and you're not even sure, is it going to be a girl or is it a boy I'm giving birth to?
And probably the guy needs a man, maybe in his heart.
And is that even the guarantee that the marriage will hold?
Because at the end of the day, if it's not, they take off.
You're out.
You didn't give me, so
you're out.
what do you have to say about that?
Especially, I dealt with that in one of the, I think chapter 2 of the book.
Okay.
I found out that a lot of ladies are under pressure to give the man a child because the man asked for that. The man says, oh, you have to have a child. In fact, the reason why we're not married is because you're not yet pregnant. I dealt with that. That is not scriptural because everything I dealt with here, I looked into the scriptures and I see how I called it the original manufacturer's manual. That's what I call the Bible because he is our maker, so he knows us best. So when a man walks up to you, going contrary to what God's original plan for marriage is, his plan is already there in Genesis. You can see the plan. Go to Genesis chapter 2, verse 18. You'll see that. Now, when a man is meant to leave his father, mother, and be cling to his wife, and they start the journey, it's not your problem whether she's going to be pregnant for me or not. God already had a plan. As long as you're following the manufacturer's original plan, you're going to be sure that you're in his will and purpose. So it's not your business as a man to come and start asking, oh, you need to give me a baby before we get married. That man is not your husband because love is supposed to be the basis for the marriage. So going to put a woman under pressure to say you must give me a child, that has led to a lot of marriages too. Some marriages I know broke up because of that.
Okay, and so you know that this book now is published, right?
Sure.
It's going to be on promotion. Sure. You know that a lot of criticisms are going to come. Sure. Are you open? Because it's not everybody that will read this copy of book that will tell you I agree with you.
I'm ready for that.
Are you ready for that?
I'm ready.
Okay, because of time now, I'll ask you this fun question now. Okay. If this book was made into a movie, who will you cast? Looking at the Nollywood or whatever, who will you pick if there are characters or chapters where you say, look, I visualize this book, this Preparing for Wedding, as a movie, and this is the cast I have?
Yeah. Well, I can say that the person that came to my mind is this lady. What's her name?
Hilda Dokubo?
Yes, she came to my mind.
Okay.
Somebody that
Why?
can really, number one, she's experienced in the industry, and also she's experienced in her relationship journey. Okay. So I believe someone like her will be able to, and also I believe she's someone that will fight against anything that has to do with a man trying to put women under and trying to make us feel less than what we are worth. So I believe she can actually bring out the essence.
So what's the surprising fact about you that we don't know? Everyone has it.
Yes.
Everyone has
definitely.
It. I mean, she don't want to tell us.
She doesn't want to say.
You don't want to say.
Are you sure I know that?
Okay.
Please feel.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe my husband will tell me better.
Don't have.
Maybe my husband will tell you better.
Oh, really?
Yes,
okay, so are we looking forward for another book? I mean, what's next? What's happening next?
Sure. What I'm trying to do this period, because I just published the book, what I'm trying to do right now is to ensure that the book goes to all the platforms, gets into the right hands and all that. Then once I'm done with that, I've already started another book. Although this book is based on an experience I had with my gods, and I called it an encounter with El Shaddai.
Okay, I saw about the author here, music minister. Do you listen to music while you're writing? How do you connect music with
Actually, yeah, I am a music minister.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a music minister.
So how do we get the book before we leave?
Okay,
someone wants to get a copy, how do they go about it?
The book is currently on Amazon, paperback and a Kindle copy.
Okay.
If you also go to Seller, the book is already published on Seller.
Okay.
And I'm available just a call away. Just call me. My number is 0803 556160. That's my WhatsApp line. You can reach me. Yeah.
It's been nice talking to you, Comfort, for this magnificent piece of work here. And I believe that young ladies, I'm sure, even the married ones also will benefit from this.
Exactly. Because they didn't have opportunity to read this kind of book.
Thank you so much. That's how far we can go on the segment. But I believe that comforts will come around again because there's a whole lot in this book. You need to have a copy of this book now.
Not yet exhausted.
No. We didn't have the time. We didn't have the time. So we want to go out there and pick a copy and then do justice to it. I am Beauty Benjamin. Thanks for watching.
I am Billy Cheat. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Yes.
Challenge diaries will be coming your way. You don't have to change the diary because something big is coming, especially for ladies. Stay glued to this channel.